What if one of the biggest pop stars in the world suddenly found her entire reputation hanging by a thread? Not because of a new song, not because of a performance, but because of something from the past coming back at the worst possible time. Because right now, Katy Perry isn't just trending for music. She's trending for something far more serious. And it all started with one name, Ruby Rose. Before the headlines, before the controversy, before the internet exploded, Katy Perry was untouchable. Her rise wasn't just fast, it was explosive. She entered the music industry with a sound that felt different, bold, catchy, unapologetic. When I Kissed a Girl dropped, it didn't just climb charts, it dominated them. Overnight, Katy Perry became a global name. But her success didn't stop there. Hit after hit followed. Teenage Dream, Firework, Roar, each one bigger than the last. She wasn't just making music, she was creating moments. At her peak, Katy Perry wasn't just a singer, she was a brand. A symbol of pop dominance. Bright colors, big performances, massive tours. She ruled an era where attention was everything, and she knew exactly how to keep it. But fame has a way of changing things. The higher you go, the harder the fall. And slowly, almost quietly at first, things began to shift. The music industry evolved. New artists emerged. Audiences changed. And while Katy Perry remained a household name, the dominance she once had started to fade. Still, nothing could have prepared her for what came next. Because years later, out of nowhere, a story resurfaced. Not from a tabloid, not from anonymous sources, but directly from Ruby Rose. The claim was shocking. According to Ruby Rose, an incident had taken place years ago at a nightclub in Melbourne, Australia. A moment she described publicly, something she claimed had crossed a line. Almost instantly, the internet lit up. Some people were confused, others were outraged, and many were asking the same question. Why now? Why bring this up after so many years? The response from Katy Perry's side came quickly, and it was firm. Her representatives denied everything. Not partially, not vaguely, completely. They called the allegations false, dangerous, reckless. And just like that, the situation turned into something much bigger than a simple claim. It became a battle of narratives. On one side, Ruby Rose, standing by her words, even suggesting she had taken steps to report the situation. On the other, Katy Perry, maintaining her innocence, with her team pushing back strongly against what they described as misinformation. And in between, the public, divided, conflicted, watching every update like it was unfolding in real time. Because in today's world, stories like this don't stay quiet. They spread fast. Social media turned into a war zone of opinions. Some supported Ruby Rose, believing that speaking out, even years later, takes courage. Others defended Katy Perry, questioning the timing, the details, and the lack of legal action up until now. Media outlets picked up the story. Headlines multiplied. And suddenly, this wasn't just a rumor. It was global news. But here's where things get even more complicated. Because this situation isn't just about public opinion. It's about legality. The alleged incident didn't happen in the United States. It happened in Australia. And that changes everything. In certain regions, historical allegations can still be reported years later, depending on the nature of the claim. That means, technically, something from the past could still have consequences in the present. And that possibility alone was enough to raise serious questions. Could this actually lead to legal action? Would it go further? Or would it remain in the realm of public debate? No one had clear answers. But the uncertainty was enough. Because even without a courtroom, the damage had already begun. Reputation doesn't wait for verdicts. It reacts to perception. And for Katy Perry, this moment became a test. Not of talent, but of trust. Because when a public figure faces allegations, whether proven or denied, the impact is immediate. Fans start to question. Brands become cautious. The industry watches closely. And suddenly, everything feels fragile. Katy Perry, who once stood at the very top of pop culture, now found herself in a different position. Defensive, careful, measured. Her response to fans was simple. I love you. Short, emotional, open to interpretation. To some, it felt genuine. To others, it felt strategic. But one thing was clear. She wasn't ignoring the moment. And yet, she wasn't fully engaging with it either, which only added to the tension. Because silence can be powerful, but it can also be misunderstood. Meanwhile, Ruby Rose continued to stand by her claims, keeping the conversation alive. Every post, every statement added another layer to an already complex situation. And as the story grew, so did the speculation. People began connecting dots, revisiting past interviews, analyzing behavior, trying to make sense of something that, at its core, remained unclear. Because the truth, it wasn't something the public could easily access. And that's what made the situation so intense. It wasn't just about what happened. It was about what people believed happened. And belief can be just as powerful as reality. For the industry, moments like this are delicate. Studios, labels, brands, they don't just look at facts. They look at risk. And controversy, even unproven, creates uncertainty. For Katy Perry, that meant one thing: pressure to maintain her image, to protect her legacy, to navigate a situation where every move is watched, analyzed, and judged. And for fans, it created confusion. Do you separate the artist from the allegation? Do you wait for clarity? Or do you form an opinion based on what's already out there? There's no easy answer, because situations like this rarely have simple endings. And that's what makes this story different. This isn't just about fame. It's about accountability. It's about perception. It's about how quickly everything can change. Because one moment, you're remembered for your music, and the next, you're being defined by a headline. So where does this leave Katy Perry? At a crossroads. Her career isn't over. Her achievements aren't erased. But the narrative around her has shifted. And once that happens, it's hard to fully control it again. As for Ruby Rose, she's made her voice heard. And regardless of how the situation unfolds, that alone has already made an impact. Because in today's world, speaking out, right or wrong, doesn't just stay personal. It becomes public, permanent, part of a story. And maybe that's the most important takeaway here. Not just who is right or who is wrong, but how fragile reputation really is, how quickly the spotlight can turn, and how the past, no matter how distant, can always find a way back. Because in the end, fame doesn't protect you, success doesn't shield you, and the truth, it doesn't always arrive immediately. Sometimes, it takes time, and until it does, the world watches, waits, and decides for itself.